Hey friends, it's Miss Crowell. How are you? I'm going to go over the fourth grade week 4 packet for you. I hope the other videos have been some help, and I hope I can continue to give that help to you. So let's get started. Okay, so the first activity for reading is making inferences. So it says, what inferences can you make about the woman in the trouble with spring? Okay, so they just want you to look at this picture. Okay, what inferences can you make? So without them telling you anything, so no text, what can you tell me about the woman in the picture? And then how does using a picture help you visualize and help you create an inference? Remember, inferencing is your schema, which is your background knowledge, plus clues in the text or picture equal an inference. Okay, next activity. You're going to read and compare. So they've given you 2 passages, Etna Blows Its Top and A Trip to the Archives. It says complete the graphic organizer at the bottom of the page. So here is your graphic organizer. Okay, what clues are in the text? What inference can be made? And then it says, how do you make inferences? How do text and picture clues help you make inferences? So remember what I said a few minutes ago about how to make an inference. Okay, the next it says, read Earth's moon and fill out the boxes at the bottom. Okay, so here is your text. All you're going to do is fill out these boxes, and the text is going to help you do that. Then it said, read the passages about recycled link and land of ice and snow. Then check your understanding by writing a summary. Okay, so land of ice and snow. And this one with a cat, is called recycled gloves. Okay, so you're going to read these and then you're going to check your understanding by writing a summary at the bottom. So what's the big idea? So what is the story mainly talking about? And then now turn that into a summary. Then it says, read the information about Bury My Heart at Alcatraz. What type of story is it and how do you know? So you're going to read this passage. And then, is it fiction? Is it nonfiction? How do you know that it's fiction or nonfiction? And then, as like an extra little challenge, what kind of fiction or nonfiction? Remember, we have all of those subgenres under the big fiction, nonfiction umbrella, like realistic fiction, historical fiction, fairy tale, biography, autobiography. Okay, now on to writing. It says, do you think you would enjoy a trip to the National Archives in Washington, D.C.? Why or why not? Support your opinions with details and inferences you made from the text. And there is a link there for the text. A trip to the archives. Okay, now the next activity, write a fictional narrative story about being a tourist who is visiting Mount Etna on July 17th. And then it says, describe what happened using facts you learned and inferences you made from reading Etna Blows Its Top. Okay, then it says, write a letter to Richard Oakes offering encouragement and support. Use the information from Bury My Heart Alcatraz to help you. So you're going to read this and then you're going to write a letter offering encouragement and support. Then it says, imagine you are an ant, an eagle, or a giant. think about how your view of the world would change if you were a different creature. So how would you see the world differently if you were a little bitty ant, or maybe you were a huge giant? How are you going to see things differently? Describe where you would live in your new viewpoint. Then lastly, it says, pretend you and a friend have just won a trip. You can either choose to sail around the world or to guest star on a TV show. You want to pick one choice and your friend wants to choose the other. Make your choice and write to your friend, convincing him or her that your choice is the best. So you're going to try to talk your friend into believing what you believe. So how can you do that? All right, on to math. All right, so just like all the other weeks, friends, you have your tic-tac math. Remember, the purpose of the tic-tac math is to find one activity a day to complete, and to make it more fun, they say choose one activity to make 4 in a row somehow, okay? And remember, all the directions to every one of these activities is right behind the tic-tac math page. So I have mine stapled, but every activity and the directions for every activity that's on the tic-tac math is right behind the tic-tac math. Okay, then just like every week, 4th grade math war with playing cards. Guys, you can do so many fun things with playing cards. Math War is a really, really fun way. Also, in this packet, you're going to see this blank grid. Let me see if I can get it there for you. I don't know if you can see, but there are lines everywhere. This is to make your own cards. If you don't have a deck of cards at home, you can make your own cards to play all the really fun games. Then the next activity says, use these digits. So they have given you some specific digits, 6, 0, 3, 9, 1, 4, to complete all the tasks below. So if you're looking at your directions, okay, here are the numbers, and then each one of these little circles that aren't bubbled in are all the activities that you're going to do with just that set of numbers. So the first one, write the largest number you can make using all of the digits. So I'm going to look at my highest digit and go from highest to lowest, and then that will make the highest number. So out of the numbers, the highest number I could make would be 964,310. And then you complete all those activities. Okay, then your next activity says find the sum, okay, and on your directions, it's going to give you some numbers here for you to find the sum. And then, just like in the before activity, you're going to use that problem to answer the next 2 questions. So using the digits 0 to 9, at most 1 time each, fill in the spaces to make a true statement. Then go to the next activity. It says create a number pattern that increases by 8 each time. So any number pattern you can come up with, but remember the next number has to increase by 8 every time. Then the next activity, using the digits 1 to 9, place a digit in each space to make a true pattern. And then it says bonus. So it says read, and this is through Clever. So get onto your Clever. You can click that. It'll take you through Clever, and it's a really cool article. And then, of course, at the very end, you have Prodigy. So practice, practice, practice on Prodigy. Okay. So for science this week, our big idea, wave motion and energy. And so then it gives you all the big ideas about waves, the regular patterns of motion. They have a source. They can cause materials to oscillate, objects to move, things like that. So the first part says engage. It says watch that video, click that link if you're able to, and watch the video, or you can read Physics for Kids, and it's this page, and this is the second page, so don't forget to read the second page. And you're going to learn about wave motion and energy, and then explain what all waves have in common. Okay, then it says draw your own basic shape of a wave and use this document. This is the document, waves, then label. And so now you're going to label all the parts of a wave. Then the next activities are kind of things that you're going to do at your house, like grab something at your house that's about 3 feet. This could be string, rope, jump rope, have a family member hold one end while you hold the other. So all of these things are activities that you can do to generate waves and to look at all the different parts of a wave and see all the things that waves can do. Then the next section is the explore section. It says changing wave length of waves on a rope. So on page 15, and it will look like this, it is called Varying Waves Wavelength. Complete the prediction section. So you're going to make some predictions first. Okay. Then it says use whatever you used up at the top. So either the string, the dog leash, whatever. And then you're going to do some more activities. You're going to ask some questions. You're going to have people ask you some questions. So you're just going to go through here and do all the activities with a family member, a sibling. That would be fun. Then it says you're going to record all your observations on the ball. After you do all the activities, you're going to record your observations. Then it says you're going to compare your predictions and your observations. Okay, the next activity is changing the amplitude of waves on rope. Okay, so the first thing it says is motion that starts a wave as a form of energy. And so now you're going to do activities and read and again, ask questions, do really fun things around your house to teach you about that. Okay, before you begin, they give you some questions they want you to think about first. Then it says on this page again, the varying the waves, but now you're on the second page, the amplitude. Again, you're going to create, or you're going to write your predictions. Okay, and then they have another document for you to look at. It looks like this. Waves, wavelength, amplitude. And then again, there are all these questions and activities for you to do. All right, on to the next section of science, which is explore. It says, as you record your thoughts about the 2 activities into your science journal, okay, think about the following questions. Okay, and then again, so here are some questions, and then you come down and it says, again, as you're recording in your science journal, think about the following trends. So trends are kind of like patterns. And then lastly, it says elaborate to explore more about wavelengths and amplitude. Okay, use pages 9 through 14. So that is going to be, sorry, I'm trying to find the right page. Okay, sorry. Pages 9 through 14, wave drawing. Okay, and then the next says, learn how to measure wavelength. So that's a website, and then there's a YouTube video, then there's another website. And then, again, choose a video or a website, and then record your thoughts on your See, Think, Wonder page. So that is all the really fun science activities. Okay, and then you go to social studies. You should have received your social studies weekly. So just like every week, you're going to look through and read your social studies weekly and do all the really fun activities at the end. So I hope this video was helpful. And as always, if you have any questions or need anything, reach out to your teacher, and I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week.